Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Yaakman Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, They Don't Want People to Know About Their Deadly Plague. All right? And once again, we'll find out who they are in just a moment, all right? They don't want people to know about their deadly plague, all right? So we're going to go ahead and grab it. This one, comes from looking at Reddit today. I was going through the Reddit all, seeing what was going on, if anything would pop up. Mostly just casually browsing, not necessarily looking for anything to do lessons on, but lo and behold, this came up. I said, all right, that's going to be the lesson for today, because hey man, through the spirit, I just knew it was going to be the lesson for today. So again, they don't want people to know about their deadly plague. What is this plague? Let's go find out. So this is from the news subreddit, and the title is Grindr sued for allegedly revealing users VIH status. All right, and we said it backwards for a reason. Okay, because we're already being risky saying the name of the application. All right, and I don't want to have to, you know how it is. You can't speak on certain groups of people, or else they get all funny about it. Okay, so today we're speaking about the Bati boys, right? The Batimen. All right, that's who we're talking about. All right, with VIH. All right, you can see it right here. Just read it backwards. All right. So yeah, man. Apparently they're getting sued. For revealing the user's HIV status. We're just gonna call it HIV. They're revealing the user's HIV status, and they're not too happy about that. All right, the what do we want to call them? The chicken noodle soup people. Okay. We got to use these different languages and just to get around a basic topic. Because they don't want this type of stuff on YouTube, all right, at all, so especially if it was someone else saying it, it'd be fine, but they discriminate against us a lot, all right. We're discriminated. We are one of the most discriminated against people, all right, on YouTube, all right, if not the most discriminated on YouTube, all right. Anybody that's telling any sort of truth, okay, but mainly the Hebrew Israelites. We are the most, our channels go down like dropping like flies, man. All right, because they take it now. There's been a calm before the storm. They haven't been messing with us as much as they were during like the demic, all right, of 2020. But they've laid off a little bit since then. But they'll be back soon. But still got to be careful with language. So as you see it, once again, all right, the Grindr was sued. All right, we're just gonna say the Grindr. All right, because whatever you want to call it, the meat grinder, this grinder, coffee grinder. All right, the coffee grinder was sued for allegedly revealing users' HIV status. Okay, that's what we're gonna call it. That should be enough. So the coffee grinder allegedly sued for revealing the user's HIV status. So let's see what people have to say. It says the coffee grinder now gives people the option to opt out of their data being sold to third parties whenever you log in after you install the app. I always opt out. I have not read exactly. Okay, well, you might not understand, all right? I just realized that. You might not understand unless you read the article or you've seen it on the App Store. The Coffee Grinder is an application, all right, for the TBGL community, all right? The Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup people, all right? The Bati boys and Bati women, right? Them, all right? Those people, all right? It's an app for them to date, okay? Kind of like Bumble or Tinder, but specifically just for the the chicken noodle soup people. So it says for the people wondering why people would have their HIV status displayed, it's responsible. People need to know who's negative, whose HIV is undetectable, and who is positive without being undetectable. HIV is still an issue that largely affects YAG men. All right, we read it backwards. It says, that largely affects who? YAG men. And being able to make informed decisions can help reduce the spread. Of course, some people don't disclose that information on their profile, just communicate that through messages. Also, for everyone, get tested regularly, even if you assume you're negative. Or even better, just don't have yag sex. All right? That'd be the better way to do it. Just don't have yag sex. Okay? Don't have that batty boy, all right, bedroom beatdown. Don't do it. All right? That's a better way to not do it. All right? But you do have to be careful this days and age, because you have those roll both ways type of people. All right? The BIs, right? The BIs, okay? You got to worry about them, because they'll go pop a woman and then go, get with Chuck or Larry down the street. All right? And then they'll go back and pop a woman. All right? And then all of a sudden this woman got it. All right? And this woman was cheating on her man. All right? And the man got it. And the man don't know he got it. Ended up, finding out his woman's cheating. Said, yeah, get the hell out of my house, bitch. Goes and get with this other woman. Now she's got it. All right? And see, that's how it happens. It's the BIs that you got to worry about mostly. Because the yags, all right, the dual men, all right, the dual men, dual means two. All right, generally they just pass it back and forth between, them and, other dudes in the community. All right, but you got to worry about those BIs, man, because those BIs are down with both sides. All right, they'll spread it around the communities, but it still largely affects only those yag men. All right, if you're wondering, again, look on the screen what yag is. It's just this word backwards. Spell it out backwards. Yag. All right, so there you go. So yag men are the ones that have it. This person says, what does undetectable mean? And that's another thing. So it says it means that you do have HIV, but with medication, the levels are low enough that it will not be transmitted during sex. All right. It says PrEP still blows my mind that it exists. Everyone sexually active needs to be on PrEP, which I don't even know what that is. I'm going to go look it up. It's a pre-exposure prophylaxis. It can reduce your chance of getting HIV from sex or injection drug use. Nobody should have to be on that. That's not. Everybody should be on it. No, maybe if you're a yag, all right. If you're a yag, all right, then yeah, probably should be on it, right? Or better yet, just don't do the shit, right? Just don't do the shit, okay? Because there's still a failure rate, all right? Let's see. Highly effective. Reduces it by 99%. Don't believe their statistics. Fewer than 20 breakthrough cases have been reported. So that shows you people still get it even though they're on it. If the Lord wants you to get it, if he wants you to give you that kiss of death, all right, he's going to absolutely give you it. Boom, take you out. Oh, no, I took the thing. It doesn't matter if you took the thing. All right, your better thing would have been if you just didn't do the action that was causing it to begin with, because it's a wicked action, all right, and it's punishable by death, all right? It's punishable by death, all right? It's written within the Bible. Don't do it. If you keep doing it and then you get HIV, hey, you deserved it, man, all right? It's like there's a song. There's a song by M.O.D., all right, and M.O.D. is an old punk band, stands for Method of Destruction, and they have some things that I'm not too crazy about saying, not about saying, there's singing about things that I'm not too crazy about, all right, because, I don't know, they seem like they could, in certain cases, be a little bit racist, who knows, but I'm not going to read any of these lyrics. You're accused of I'll read some of them. You're accused of the following charges. You see it trapped inside of a man. Your sexuality no one will deny you, but your preference we can't understand. You are the loneliest people. It's time for you to realize is like a plague. No, you see it like a plague is from God, for he sees something wrong in his eyes. And then you hear anally inflicted death sentence, AIDS. That's how it sings. If you that's what happens, man. And you see all these gross lyrics that he has that they have down here. But hey, man, it's true. I've always liked this opening part here. It's time for you to realize that you see it like the plague is from God, for he sees something wrong in his eyes. All right, and it is like a plague from the Lord. All right, his name's not God, his name's Yahweh. All All right. And, you know, when you call on him, you have to call on, you know, yeah, you can't reach the Father but through the Son. So you have to say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which means the Father in the name of the Son. All right. And it is a plague sent by the Lord. Okay. It is absolutely sent, all right, by the Lord as a plague. All right. And you got to realize it didn't pop up till what, 1981? Let's go read a scripture first of all. All right. Because it's approaching the 10. We actually are 10 minutes and I haven't read a scripture. So 2nd Esdras 16 and 19 through 20. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. You know, back in the 80s, and we're gonna get that here in a minute. You know, people started popping up with this thing. All right, the HIV. All right, the teacher's aid. Right, you know what we're talking about. And did those people stop doing the wicked action? All right, the Mosex. All right, did they stop doing the Mosex? No, they didn't stop Mosex. All right, they kept doing it. Kept doing it and doing it and doing it. All right, they didn't turn from their wickedness. As it says in verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right, when you do those things and all of a sudden you get a disease that's attributed only to you and that arose from the situation that you're doing, all right, it wasn't originally found in women. All right, it was originally found amongst a group of Momin, all right, of Bati boys, all right? That's where it came from. That's the first reported case ever, okay? Now, they say it comes from people, you know, doing it with monkeys, but who knows how true that is, all right? I wouldn't be surprised, all right? Because the people that did it with monkeys, guess what? They were probably Mo's as well, all right? They were probably Mo's as well, and they probably went back to their Mo boyfriend, all right, and gave it to him, and they both got it, and they both got sick. Who knows, man? These people are vile, all right? These are the same, these Bati boys are the same people that are getting down with dogs, all right? Same people that are getting down with animals. You got to realize one of the most popular, how do I want to say this? One of the most popular stimulation devices, all right, that they use for pleasure, okay, is shaped after, I don't want to say, it's shaped after, you know, the member of a dog, okay? Hope you get what I'm talking about there. Their most popular stimulation tool, all right, is shaped like a dog's, okay? And it's a very popular thing, all right? And I only know about it because it also became very popular with women, and everyone was talking about it for a little bit. So, hey, man, that's something you got to realize, that these are the same people that are down with that. So, keep that in mind. They're the same people. So, could it have spread that way? Absolutely. All right, these people are sexually perverse, okay? They'll do anything. They'll do it with anything, on anything, any hole. They'll do it in your ear. It doesn't matter. These people are sick, okay? These people are sick. And the Lord sends plagues, all right, not just, you know, HIV, but that's one of them, all right, as a scourge for amendment. What is amendment? What does it mean to amend something? What is an amendment? All right, now you should know amendment because they have the, you know, the amendments of the Constitution, all right? But that's not what we're speaking about. We're speaking about the definition of what amendment is. Amendment is what? It says, and this is not, we don't need the first one because that's talking about, you know, that Constitution. Amend. All right. Let's see. Where'd it go? So basically, a right for a wrong. Why aren't they giving us the right one? Amend. Yeah, well, you can see it. Amend is to grow or become better by reforming oneself. All right, or right here, this one's better. It says when you amend something, you correct it or improvement. All right, you correct. All right, amend here in Collins Dictionary, to improve, change for the better. All right, you see something, say, hey, that's not okay. I'm gonna have to, for amendment would be, you saw, you knew this late. Here you are, you're a woman. All right, you knew this lady, Melissa. All right, and Melissa was cheating on her husband. All right, and she was put to death. All right, and that was done for amendment. All right, and now you see it and you say, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's okay. I've been corrected. All right, I thought about doing the same thing, but I'm not going to do it now. All right. Or you see these things and say, okay, I need to do better. I'm not going to do these things anymore. I've seen how it poured out on them. I don't want that. But they don't think like that. Okay. They don't think those things. Again, verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Also, it's a very, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe HIV is a very painful thing to go through. Okay. But now they have all these pills and different things. So people are just, oh, I'm going to do it. Again, verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. There you go. So they don't care. Now, when was the first case of, you see it, in June 1981, the first case of the illness, now known as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, you see it, were reported from Los Angeles in 5 young homosexual men diagnosed with pneumocystis carinii, pneumonia, and other opportunistic infections. There you go. Who's the first person? Let's see. It says the earliest identified isolate of HIV-1, this is what they say. It says comes from an unknown male in Kinshasa, Congo in 1959. The first identified patient with HIV infection, and you see it, was a Scandinavian man in the 1960s who had visited West Central Africa. They're saying it's coming out from over that area from an animal. Who knows? They try to they try to say it comes from over here and over there. I wouldn't be surprised if the first case was in the 80s, because ain't nobody ever heard about it until the 80s. Okay? So they try, it was actually the 50s and the 60s in Africa. Sure. Why did it not pop up anywhere and rampant use until 1981? Why all of a sudden? Why all of a sudden? You know what was going on in the 80s? Rampant homosexuality. All right? Rampant homosexuality. That's what was going on, man. You had people like Freddie Mercury, all right, who ended up dying from it. All right, you have people like Eazy-E, who was probably, getting popped or popping, dudes. And he got it, and he said, oh, I ain't like that in the movie. He was like, I ain't like that. Or another way, some people say he was stuck with a needle that had it, or it was set up with a woman that had it. Another way is, that could have been, you give him the benefit of the doubt, he was probably a mo, because if you listen to the No Vaseline by Ice Cube, there's a lot of things in there that are telling. I don't think that was just a diss, all right? I don't think that's a diss, because there's a lyric in there, and hell, I don't even want to really repeat it, but there's a lyric. I'm gonna repeat it and slack you for the vulgarity, but there's a lyric in No Vaseline that says Easy's dick is smelling like MC's Ren shit. All right, so or another lyric is bend over for the goddamn cracker with no Vaseline. I don't think those were just just generic. You're this or that, a diss type thing. I think that was literally what was going on. All right, and I think at the time that Ice Cube wasn't really down with it, and that's why he wasn't getting that money, and he separated, and he left. All right, he wasn't really down with it. Okay. Now, if he has since then, who knows? More than likely, probably. All right, but also you never know. Maybe not, because he kind of fell off. Ain't nobody talking about Ice Cube at all. All right, but he did blow up for some time, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did. More than likely, he did. All right, but at the time he wasn't down with it. Probably took some. Come on, Cube, it ain't that bad. Just real quick, man. Okay. $5 million. You sure? Yeah. Okay. It's probably how it happened. All right, but that's, they try to get around it. But ain't nobody heard about it until the 80s, man. Ain't nobody heard about it till the 80s. All right, but again, not everybody that gets it is a mo. All right, because you have those BIs, man. Those BI to the sexuals, man. They go and get with both, and they spread it from one community to another, man. And that's how, so you got to be careful, man. You got to be real careful out there. All right. So let's continue on. And these people don't learn. They'll never learn. It's not in them to learn. They don't have a learning ability. All right. They got they're spiritually deafblind dumb. They're spiritual Helen Kellers. They don't know what's going on. All right. They just want to do what makes them feel good. They want that, lust of the flesh. All right. It makes me feel good. 2 Peter 2:4 through 2:9. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Spared not the old world. Who did he spare? Noah, right? And his wife and his kid and his family and their wife, right? So why? Because they were doing fine. Everybody else was being wicked. They were being ungodly. Okay? They got it. They got judged for it. Verse 6, here's the one we're talking about today. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overflow, making them an example and sample. I said example, but ensample, it's the same thing. Ensample is the archaic form of example. It says, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. See what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? You live like that? Hey, you're going to die. It might not be sulfur raining down from above, all right, and fire and brimstone and sulfur and all these different things raining down. It might not be that, all right, but you will get judged, whether it be, A to the I to the D to the S, or whether it's, HIVs. I guess they're different things. I've always known them to be the same, but they both, whatever they are, they're both basically the same thing. I think HIV turns into the A to the I, or to the teacher's aids. All right, I think HIV turns into teacher's aids. I think it progresses and turns into that. And I'm not gonna look it up. You can go look it up yourself. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't want all these searches in my history anyway. It's just it's gross. So it says in verse 7, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Lot was not okay with what was going on there. Okay, that's why he got saved. Verse 8, for that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. But his wife just couldn't let it go. All right, his wife just couldn't let it go. So she just had to look back because she liked it there. Okay, really, she liked that she had something going on there that she liked. Okay, and she just couldn't let it go. All right, regardless, she would have been content living there despite the wickedness, because she had something there she liked. And whatever that is, who knows? All right, who knows what it is? Whether she liked the house or the garden that she had, or she had friends there, or who knows? Okay, whatever it was, there was something there that she didn't want to leave behind, so she just had to turn around and look. And the Lord told her not to do that. Boom, pillar of salt. Okay, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So, hey man, these people, well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. My dad was or my friend was a Mo since, back in the 80s, back in the 60s, in the 50s even. And nothing ever happened to him. He didn't get it. Okay? He's still going to get punished. All right? What does he got now? Now he's got cerebral palsy all of a sudden. It just kicked in. They never caught it. Or something, something. Whether it's cerebral palsy or whatever the fuck. They find something because of all the wickedness that he did. All right? It'll catch up with you, man. It'll catch up with you for sure. So, continues on. It says, what else do we want to get? It says, undetectable means that someone's HIV is under control. So they still have it, but it's such a low levels that it won't be detected via a blood test. People with undetectable levels of HIV are a lower risk of spreading it than people with detectable levels. This person said effectively 0 to be clear, so long as meds continue to be adhered to. They say effectively 0. Sure. That's like, these people, it's so rampant now that people, if it's undetectable, or if it's undetectable, if they have it under control, I don't even have it. You still have the shit, man. You still have it. You still got it. All right, and that could blow out of proportion at any given time, and you could end up real sick and ill. All right? And Lord willing, you do. You deserve it for what you've done. All right? The punishment of what you've done is death. Let's continue on. There was an article here I wanted to grab. It says since the coffee grinder exists mainly to arrange a hookup, a person's HIV and other STI status, sexually transmitted infections. They used to be sexually transmitted viruses or sexually transmitted diseases. It used to be STDs. Now it's STI. So status should definitely be on a person's profile. Without it, you don't have informed consent. Let it be something people can filter out or search for. I'm sure there are people that would love to hook up with someone with an STI. Sure. It says, other people with it. It says, yes, that's why they have the data to begin with. But people only put their HIV status there for that purpose. And then Coffee Grinder shared that information with a whole bunch of analytic companies and advertisers. Oh, boo-hoo. Why? So now they can find out that a lot of people on that platform have the shit? You don't want people knowing that? You don't want that external data getting leaked? Why? It's my privacy. You put it out there saying that you have it on that. You don't want anybody else to know it? You don't see, it's because they don't want somebody to find out information like this. We're going to grab it. It says, this is why they don't want that information out there. Of all new HIV diagnoses in the United States, 67% were among YAG, BI, and other men who reported male-to-male sexual contact. So, it's kind of important. Right here. I almost said it. Does HIV affect YAG and BI men? It says the United States, YAG and BI men are the population most affected by HIV. According to the Centers for You See It, in 2021, adult and adolescent YAG, BI, and other men who reported male-to-male sexual contact accounted for 67% of new HIV diagnoses in the United States independent areas. And look, they had to put the rainbows. Well, we're standing with you. But we're standing with you. No. All right. And it shows you all these different things. All right. Mophobia, stigma, and discrimination, negative attitudes about Mo may discourage YAG and BI men from getting tested for You See It and finding health care to prevent and treat You See It. It says, what steps can YAG and BI men take to prevent it? Well, don't do the shit. You don't even have to read it. Don't do the shit. Limit the number of sexual partners. Or here's how to avoid it entirely. Don't do the shit. Don't do the shit. Look at this. It says, anal sex is the riskiest type of sex for transmitting HIV. Receptive anal sex, bottoming, all right, that's when you're getting it up the ass, is 13 times riskier for getting HIV than insertive anal sex, all right? There you go. You see it. There you go. So, there you go. No one disagrees. The issue here is that the info was sold to advertisers. Let them advertise, man. Let them advertise. Maybe you're sitting there, like someone said, and you're going to have an ad come across your screen. Let them do it. No one's going to know the difference. Hell, when I'm at work watching TV, there's fucking HIV ads. All the goddamn time there's a HIV ad. And you know what the commercial is? Two black men. All right, kissing on each other and holding each other from behind, and talks about you get tested for this or this, and then this HIV drug that can prevent you from getting it. Of course, they had to use two so-called black men. Of course. All right, it's disgusting every time I see it on the TV. Luckily, I don't have to. Not luckily, but thankfully, I don't have to see it. All too often because it's not a super popular ad, but it comes on more than you. I mean, quite frequently. I've seen it more than once. I wouldn't say I see it every day. I'm also not paying attention to the TV like that every single day, dealing with people that have, customers and stuff. So I'm not watching it entirely, but if it's on, I usually got it on a channel for like Family Guy or something, watching, or Bob's Burgers, or, during football season, football or something along those lines, right? But, hey man, they just don't want you to know. They don't want the analytic, numbers coming out. They don't want to find out that 67 is actually probably 87. They don't want you to know those things. They don't want those things to be known. That wouldn't benefit them any. So let's get where were we? Leviticus 20 and 13. Well, where does it say in the Bible that you can't do it? Here it is. It's right here. All right, we're not going to argue about, it's actually a mistranslation. It's not a mistranslation, but nice try. If you want to lie to yourself and tell yourself that, and it's actually speaking about little boys instead of men, no, go ahead and lie to yourself. You can't do either. You can't do either. You can't be with men, and you can't be with little boys. You can't be with little girls. You can't do any of it, okay? It's not just speaking of children, though, all right? You can't do that either. That's disgusting. You'll be put to death for that as well. But you also can't do it with men. So nice try, though. But the German version, I'm sorry. Was that the original language it was translated into? Was German? Was it? Oh, wait, it wasn't? Thought so. Gotcha. It wasn't. Thought so. Okay, cool. Anyway, moving on. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. All right? Biblically, you'd be dragged out in the street and stoned. Okay? But now, that's not the case. You're protected. You're a protected people, right? Anti-discrimination laws in place. Can't do it, right? Can't do it. You get to get whatever, if you diddle a little kid, or if you, do that to someone, you only get 2 years. But if you embezzle $100,000, you'll get 15 years or more in prison. Certain things like that. This society, and why is that? Because this society is set up by kitty diddlers and homosexuals. All right, that's what America was founded on. Okay, there's a book called The Delectable Negro. Look into the sexual relationships that slave owners had with their slaves. Okay, these people have always been that way. All right, and if you look into demographic, what race of people is the most gay? Let's see. What race is the most gay? All right. I guess we can ask ChatGPT. They probably won't tell us. Non-Hispanic white adults would be right here. And there, they put Hispanic and non-Hispanic. They put black people and Hispanics as the highest level, and that's not true. Every time you go out, when you see a TBGL community person, who do you see? It's not a Latino. It's not a Native American. It's not a so-called Negro. Who is it? It's always the white guy, right? But they're saying it's always us. That's not true. Now, are there a lot of Mo's in so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American communities? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, most of them are white. All right, if I looked up gay guy right now, who do you see? And Slocky, you have to see these things. What color do you see? White with some other person. White with a tan. White. Not white, something else. White. Jake. Something else. Now you see you're getting more down here. All white. Jake, white. All right, Asian, white, Asian. Jake and sorry, Slocky for you having to see these things, but what do you see? Mostly white. They're mostly white people. They're mostly white. So nice try. When you literally look it up, all right. When you look it up. All right, when you look it up, what do you see? Lots of white people. It's a nice try, though. Nice try, E, with your statistics. But look around. If you go and look at a Pride Fest, go and look that up. Wow. Look at all that pastiness, man. Look at all of it. Who's at the forefront? Who's always at the forefront? You know? Who's at the forefront? White men and black women. Right? That's who all it all. But even look in the crowd. Look. White. Most of these people are white. More white people. Alright? And then you click on and you see more white people. And then you go on and you see more white people. Alright? So, but it's mostly Jake. And there are a lot of Jake there too, because Jake fucking has to follow Esau with everything they do. Alright, if Esau starts fucking sticking forks in their eyes, Jake would be like, I had to stick a fork in my eye because it's the normal thing to do now, bruh. Alright? Because you're a bunch of our people are a bunch of fucking bitch ass followers is the problem. Alright? And it was never, man, they used to, and that's the thing, even to this day, they're like, oh, the black community isn't as tolerant as the other communities, you know? You know, if you're white and you tell your mom you're a Mo, oh, honey, I'll love you, you know, for whatever, you know, me and your dad always thought. So try telling in the hood, your black mama that you're a Mo. Oh, you fucking gay? Get the fuck out of my house. You know, I can't say it, but you know what's gonna happen. You know what they'll call you. You know what they'll call you. You know what they'll call you. But apparently, it's highest among the black people. Sure. Isaiah 3:9. The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. You did it to yourself. You reward evil to yourself. All you had to do was not do the thing. Don't do the thing. The weird, gross thing. That thing. Yes, that one. The nasty one. Don't do it. You just couldn't listen. You just had to do it. You just had to do it. Proverbs 21:15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. What does that mean? You're going to get that in the Bible Gateway. What does it mean? I was reading the highlight scripture that they had. Proverbs 21:15, the Good News Translation. When justice is done, good people are happy, but evil people are brought to despair. And that's exactly how it goes. Oh no, why did they die, man? They're such a good person. No, they're not a good person. The good people are happy right now, saying, hey, look, man, that's the judgment of the Lord. Call all Yahweh Meow Shai. That's what good people are doing. All right, evil people are the ones, oh man, I can't believe it, man. Yep. Well, what do you expect? Everybody, they were getting warned. All right, all over YouTube and on the highways and byways, everywhere. Don't do it, 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 don't do it. They hear people saying, hey, that's a bad thing. Even the Christians, they say, the God hates, yags, all right, and all these different things. And they, how is it wicked? Well, you were warned. You were warned. But, hey, guess it was a freak accident, though, right? Definitely wasn't the Lord doing it, even though you've been warned that the Lord's not down with it. Definitely wasn't him, though, right? Must have been a freak accident, right? Because you're unbelievers anyway, all right? So there's another reason you can be put to death, for your unbelief. And you sit around smoking weed all day. There's another reason for you to be put to death. And you take all those weird ecstasy pills, because that's big in the Mo community. There's another reason you can be put to death, all right? And you go, and after you're done eating sausage, you go and eat some sausage. Fuck you. And you can be put to death for that. All right? And then then you condemn the just. All right? You go on the comment boards or the brothers on the highways and byways and you say, oh, you're wrong. You're preaching hate. You're preaching lies. They spit at them or call them false prophets or whatever. And then you wonder, and 2 months from then, why you die. Oh, why would he die? He was my best friend. Well, look what he did. He never did anything wrong. Oh, he never did anything right. He never did anything wrong. Bullshit. He never did anything right. Name one right thing that he ever did. All right? Nothing. He never did nothing right because they can't be right. All right? That's just how it is. All right? So let's get Ecclesiasticus 8 and 11. All right? Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. There you go. You see it? It does. They can do it. They can pop a man. All right, and they don't die right then and there. Okay, they have weeks go about, months go about, maybe even years, and nothing happens. And they're walking home from work one day. A drunk driver out of nowhere. Wow. Hits him. All right? Killed. Done. We don't even know why she was over here. Well, judgment of the Lord, a targeted attack by the Lord. We've already done lessons. We've done a couple lessons just this week on it. All right? Target attack by the Lord. You can get, if you're doing wickedness, man, the Lord knows. All right? Nothing shall be done in secret. This is Luke 8 and 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. Okay? So you're trying to hide something, you're smoking weed and blowing it into a fucking pot funnel, all right, which is a toilet paper or a paper towel tube with a fucking dryer sheet wrapped around it with a rubber band. All right? We used to do it. All right? And you're blowing it into that so the smoke don't come out and you're hiding in a closet. Oh, I can't let anybody know because everybody knows I'm a Hebrew Israelite. That's gonna come to light. That's gonna come to light, man. All right? You're a Mo, all right, and you're trying to hide it from everybody. All right? And guess what? That's gonna come to light. And whether you're in the truth or not in the truth, it's gonna come to light. Okay? And the Lord already knows. Nothing is secret. All right? The Lord knows. The Lord knows how you move, what you did, what you last ate, what you didn't eat. If you order something with pork in it, the Lord knows you ordered something with pork in it. You can't hide that. Don't matter if you covered yourself up, wore a fucking scream mask out, so the Lord won't be able to tell who I am by doing this. He knows who you are, you dumbass simpleton. He knows who you are. All right, and you're gonna get judged for that. But hey, these people think they can get away with anything, and hey, it's not how it works. This final scripture we're gonna grab for the lesson, Proverbs 13:13. Let me get rid of all these. That's it, basically. Proverbs 13:13 reads, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded." And that goes, if you're an Edomite, you inherently despise the word. If you're a Moabite, or any other heathen for that matter, you inherently despise the word. If you're an Israelite and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're not calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then you despise the word. If you're doing things like being a Mo, or using drugs, or smoking, or eating pork, then guess what? That's despising the word, because the word said to don't do those things. If you want to continue to do those things, then you despise the word. And whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. Remember, at the end of the day, it's not about what you want, it's about what the Lord wants. All right, and these people don't want people to know about the deadly plague, but guess what? The Lord had it to where all that information was revealed, man. Got sold to advertisers and all these different things. And hey, man, if you don't want your information out like that, then don't do it. Don't do it. That's the best and most simple prevention against the HIV is just not do the shit. And be careful with the women that you're laying down with, man. You lay down with dogs to get up with fleas, right? You ever heard that saying? All right. So you get with these women that are sexually promiscuous. Hey, the odds are they probably got with some, man that was a BI. And those BI are the one that's spreading it from that one community to the regular, straight, normal, heterosexual community. So you got to be careful out there, man. Wrap it up. Seriously, man. It's vulgar, but hey, man, you got to be careful out there, man, because these people, you don't know what they got. You really don't know what they got, man. And they're disgusting, and they're hey, man, they got all sorts of diseases on them. Diseases and plagues of the mind, and, and in the nether regions. So be very careful, all right? Especially you young men out there. And you young women as well. Make better decisions. When you're choosing the guy, you got to realize once a man lays down with you, you're bound to that man. All right, you need to make sure that man has everything you want to possibly get out of him. If you're looking for someone who's father-like, make sure he has father-like traits. Because if you get with Jerome or Tyrone down the street, yo, what it is, bitch. How it is, bitch. And then you get down with him, guess what? Now you're stuck with Jerome. Maybe not for long, because maybe he'll get shot up maybe he'll get shot up on the block. But you're still stuck with him until then, right? And you don't want that. You don't want that, man. So, hey, make better decisions who you're laying down with, regardless if you're a man or a woman, especially for you women, because you're bound to that man until he dies. Okay, you can't get with another man, even if he leaves you. Okay, but you men, you got to be making decisions about these women as well, man, because some of them, why would you want a promiscuous woman? All right, why would you want that? Like, who knows what type of disease she has? All right, 60, 70, 80, 90 men deep. Why would you want that? For what? Just ridiculous. All right, so men, women, all right, be careful. All right, brothers and sisters, both be careful. All right, these people are, who knows what they're doing? Going around these communities, spread it around. No one's gonna know. Lord knows. All right, they don't want people to know about their plague, but the Lord dropped a dime on them. All right, and that's how it works. Now it's revealed. 67% of all these cases, and I would be willing to bet money that Esau's hiding a little bit of the statistics there. I would bet at least $50 that number's quite significantly higher. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at least, if I had to say at least, I'd say it's at least in the high 70s. All right, 78, 77% instead of 67. At least 10% higher than what they're making it out to be. Okay? Just saying. All right? So, with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Till next one, Lord willing. Shalom.